All right, so what if I told you that you could completely change your life, your productivity, your focus, your, well, peace, all before you even have your first cup of coffee? That is the huge promise behind Robin Sharma's book, The 5 a.m. Club. And honestly, it's kicked off a massive global movement for a reason. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the exact blueprint. We're talking about how to own your mornings so you can elevate, well, everything else. Let's dive in. So let's be real for a second. Does this question just hit a little too close to home? I mean, for most of us, our lives are just a constant stream of notifications, endless scrolling. You know the drill. We feel busy, sure, but are we actually being productive? The book basically says we're stuck in this trap, just reacting to whatever our day throws at us, instead of being in the driver's seat. And that right there is the exact problem the 5 a.m. Club is designed to fix. This right here, own your morning, elevate your life. It sounds so simple, right? But this little phrase is the entire foundation for everything we're about to get into. The core idea is that if you can just take control of that very first hour of your day, it creates this incredible ripple effect that lifts up everything else. So you're probably wondering, how on earth does that actually work? Let's find out. Okay, so it all starts with this concept the book calls the victory hour. This is your golden ticket, that hour from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And listen, this is not just about painfully dragging yourself out of bed. No. It's about creating a sacred space, a sanctuary just for you before the rest of the world starts screaming for your attention. I mean, just think about it for a second. What's happening at 5 a.m.? Your phone isn't buzzing, there are no emails pouring in, the house is completely quiet. It's this pocket of stillness in a chaotic world. And that's your chance, your golden opportunity to get your focus back, to really connect with who you want to be, and to set an incredible tone for the rest of the day. All right, now we're getting into the real nuts and bolts, the engine of this whole system. The victory hour isn't about just sitting around twiddling your thumbs. It's a very specific, highly structured formula for peak performance. And the best part, this is the stuff you can literally start doing tomorrow morning. And that formula is called the 20-20-20 rule. It's so simple. It just breaks down that first hour into 3 distinct 20-minute chunks, and each one is designed to get a different part of you ready for the day. It's simple, it's elegant, and believe me, it is incredibly powerful. So here they are, the 3 pockets. Move, reflect, and grow. The first 20 minutes, you move your body. The next 20, you check in with yourself. And the final 20 are all about learning something new. Now let's really get into what each of these looks like. Okay, pocket number 1, move. From 5 to 5:20 a.m., your job is to get moving. And we're not talking a lazy stretch here. We're talking intense exercise, enough to break a real sweat. Why? Well, the science is pretty cool. It immediately crushes that morning grogginess by lowering cortisol, that's your main stress hormone. But even cooler, it releases something called BDNF, which is like miracle grow for your brain cells. You are literally building a better, faster brain while flooding your body with energy for the day. So you've fired up your body. Now it's time to calm your mind. Pocket 2, from 5:20 to 5:40, is all about reflecting. This is your time for quiet, for stillness. You could journal, you could meditate, you could pray, or just plan your day. The whole point is to build gratitude and actually process your feelings. You're not pushing bad thoughts away. You're looking at them, letting them go, and starting the day with like a totally clean slate, emotionally speaking. And for the final stretch, pocket 3, from 5:40 to 6 a.m., you grow. Look, the absolute best in any field are obsessed with learning. They never stop. So use this time to invest in yourself. Read a book, listen to an audiobook or a podcast, study something related to your career. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's only 20 minutes. But do the math. Over a year, that adds up to more than 120 hours of focused learning. That, my friends, is how you get ahead of the pack. But here's the thing. This whole 5 a.m. routine, it's about way more than just checking off a to-do list. It's actually a whole system for strengthening what the book calls your 4 interior empires. Because real success, real mastery, that's an inside game. You know, we hear about mindset all the time, right? Our psychology. But that's just one piece of the puzzle. The book says there are actually 3 other empires we have to build up. There's your Heartset, which is all about your emotions, your Healthset, your physical body, and your Soulset, your connection to purpose. To be truly elite, you need all 4 to be strong and balanced. If one of them is weak, it can bring the whole structure crashing down. So let's start with the one we all know, mindset. This is your psychology, plain and simple. It's the way you think. And that grow pocket we just talked about, That's your daily workout for your mindset, filling your brain with great ideas and getting laser focused on what really matters. Then there's your Heartset. This is all about your emotional world. And it's huge because you can have the most brilliant mindset on the planet, but if your heart is weighed down by old hurts or resentment, you're going to keep tripping yourself up. That reflect pocket, that's your time to purify your Heartset, to clear out all that emotional junk and make space for gratitude and peace. Next up, Healthset. This is your physical health, your energy. And let's be blunt, you can't be a titan of industry if you're sick and tired all the time. It's just not possible. That's why the Move Pocket is non-negotiable. It built up this empire, giving you the raw physical power you need to play at the highest level. And last, but definitely not least, is your Soulset. Now, this isn't necessarily about religion. It's about your connection to your purpose, your why. It's about taking a moment to remember who you really are and what's most important to you. And that quiet time in the morning, especially during the Reflect Pocket, is absolutely perfect for reconnecting with that deeper part of yourself. Okay, I get it. This probably sounds intense. You might be thinking, isn't this just a one-way ticket to burnout? Well, the book sees that coming, and it has a brilliant strategy to make sure this is something you can do for the long haul, not just for a week. It's called the Twin Cycles of Elite Performance. And the idea is that top performance isn't a flat-out sprint 24/7. It's more like a rhythm. You have these intense periods of work where you're totally focused. That's your high excellence cycle. But, and this is key, you have to balance that with periods of serious rest and recovery. That's your deep refueling cycle. So the main takeaway here is huge, and it's something most of us get wrong. Rest is not weakness. It's not lazy. It is a strategic weapon. Taking time off to recharge your batteries is actually one of the most productive things you can do. It's what lets you stay at the top of your game for years, not just burn out in a few months. Okay, we've gone through the why, the how, the deep philosophy, and even how to keep it going. So now it all boils down to one simple thing: a challenge. Specifically, a challenge for you. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Waking up at 5 a.m. is probably gonna suck at first. It's gonna be uncomfortable, your brain is gonna throw a tantrum, but this quote right here, it just frames it perfectly. That little bit of discomfort from growing is so much better than the massive crushing weight of regret you'll feel later for not trying. And that really is the question, isn't it? You've seen the blueprint. You understand what's possible. So are you in? Are you ready to join the club? Are you gonna set that alarm tonight and when it goes off, put your feet on the floor and finally own your morning? Here's my advice. Don't get stuck in your head about it. Don't plan to start next week. Just try it, just for one day. See how you feel. See what opens up for you. And hey, if this was helpful, make sure you subscribe to the AI Bookworm for more explainers like this one. Thanks for tuning in. Now the only question left is, what are you gonna do with your victory hour tomorrow?